What is up, all of my fellow noodle slurpers? My name is Chase, and welcome back to the Ramen Review. For those who've been around for a while, I gotta say, I appreciate your patience. I know it's been a while since I've posted, but we hit a tremendous YouTube milestone. Because of you, we're at 1,000 subscribers. And we also hit that 40,000 hour watch thing. So now, I'm officially monetized on YouTube. And if you're not watching this, be sure to hit the subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please feel free to hit that subscribe button because we plan to take this channel to the moon. In fact, we're gonna be the first person ever to eat ramen noodles on the moon. I don't know if that's true or not, probably not. But with your subscription, your likes and your thumbs ups and comments, it's a step closer. Anyways, I do appreciate everyone that's subscribed so far. It means the world to me. But today, we're gonna be taking this and turning it into this. Now you might ask yourself, Chase, how exactly are you gonna do that? Some sort of ramen black magic? No, maybe. Today we're gonna be reviewing Ramen Bay. Now, I've never had Ramen Bay before. I've heard great things. This is their spicy garlic mix. I think there's like 5 or 6 other flavors. I just ordered this one because it sounded, to be frank, the best. I didn't want to order more because it is kind of pricey. It's about, I want to say it was like $25 for this, which is I think 20 servings of their dried ramen toppings spicy garlic mix. But I'm really excited to see how this might level up a bowl of ramen. Real quick, let's talk through what all the additional toppings are in this bag. All right, so the ramenbae.com, come down here to spicy garlic mix. It looks like there are spicy fried garlic and onion, roasted garlic, double garlic, you can never have too much garlic, cabbage, bean curd, carrot, shiitake mushrooms, egg, soy beef, plant-based, and red chili flakes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different ingredients. If I did that correctly, I can't count. Let's quickly take a look at the packaging here. Got the Ramen Bay dried ramen topping. Spicy garlic, convenient way to spice up your bowl of noodles. So yeah, 20 servings, which it's kind of hard to understand what's going on here. It says 20 grams as a serving. I don't know what that looks like in terms of measurements other than 20 grams. One thing that I also wanted to say came with this hopefully delicious bag of ramens is a thing of stickers. Is it good enough that I would be willing to deface my beautiful Apple products with some Ramen Bay stickers, maybe on my MacBook that you just saw? It's not gonna happen. Today we're gonna experiment with the Ramen Bay with the Sapporo Ichiban Tonkatsu. The reason I chose this one is because I didn't want to have a spicy noodle, which is what I typically go for, because this is supposedly spicy. So I didn't want to, potentially cover up any spice that would be coming out of this. I wanted to keep it relatively neutral. So yeah, we're going with a tonkatsu, which is chicken broth. It's supposed to be pork broth. I digress. I've had this before. I don't know if I've reviewed it, so we'll do a quick control versus variant review. See how this thing levels up. Before we start cooking, let's figure out how you're actually supposed to measure this out. Again, it says 20 grams. I don't know. But I do happen to have some nifty tools that are used for legal purposes only. A food scale, clean plate. So now I need to offset this. Okay, we're back to 0 grams. As you can see, this is unopened. This is the first time opening the Ramen Bay spicy garlic mix. Easy open. I like that. We do have a resealable zipper, which is good because we're not going to use this entire packet. So we're going to try to weigh out exactly 20 grams so we get the perfect recommended serving. All right, let's just dump some of this out here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, well, that throws a wrench in the plans. That's interesting. The red chili flakes come separate, so I guess you can control your own spice destiny. I don't know if I like that. We'll get to that later. All right, we're at 15 grams. 20 grams on the dot. Let's get a quick close-up of what this actually looks like. We've got our 20 grams laid out, and I'm gonna try to make this easier on all of us going forward. How much do you think this is in terms of like, I don't know, a tablespoon, an eighth of a cup? Let's find out so we can make it easier for you and easier for me next time. That's really what the purpose of this is. So I've got an eighth of a cup here. I'm thinking that is what it about looks like. I don't know how to go about this without making a ginormous mess like my life. Let me just do some scoopage. Oh no, it's gonna be way more than an eighth of a cup. Not that one. Is it a quarter of a cup? All right, let's try this. I really don't know what I'm doing here. Oh God, I'm just making a bigger mess. I would say it's about the size of a heaping quarter cup for future reference. I'll forget, I'm gonna have to come back and watch this video so I remember next time. For those who are unaware, keep that in mind. That is a quarter of a cup. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get the first batch of control noodles cooking so we can take a baseline test, and then we'll be right back with the second bowl with the Ramen Bay to find out if it's gonna be Ramen Bay or Ramen Nay. All right, and just like that, we are back with our control Sapporo Ichiran Tonkotsu Ramen. This is just straight up cooked per instructions, 3 minutes, 2 cups of boiling water. They look nice and steamy, nice and hot, look like relatively thin noodles. The broth is actually pretty opaque, like you would expect from a tonkotsu, even though it's a chicken broth. Let's go ahead and give this one a try. It's not bad. It's the noodles are, again, they're on the thin side. I cooked it 3 minutes, exactly how it said. The noodles are a little on the mushy side. And maybe that's just because they're thinner, I don't know. There's not a ton of flavor, and I will say it doesn't really taste anything like a tonkatsu. If I were to rate this, which I'm going to, because this is the ramen review after all, I would give the flavor maybe a 5 out of 10. It's average. It's not mind-blowing, but it's not disappointing. Same with the noodles, maybe a 5 out of 10. Yeah, this is just a very average bowl of noodles. There's no spice, 0 spice, so we don't have to rate that. Yeah, so overall, I'm gonna give the Sapporo Ichiran Tonkatsu a 5 out of 10. All right, so we've got our water boiling. Now, this is supposed to take exactly 3 minutes for both the ramen, and the Ramen Bay to completely rehydrate. So we have the Ramen Bay, we have the noodles. I'm gonna go ahead and add the flavor packet for the tonkatsu. Now the problem is we have this one chili pack, and I don't know how to divide that into 20 different servings. So I'm just gonna kind of use it at my own discretion and then add more later if we want. I'm curious to see how all of these things, all these toppings rehydrate, as I already mentioned. Those eggs are already ballooning, which is pretty cool. These little fish cakes are extremely tiny and cute, but I don't think they're gonna like blow up to the size of fish cakes that we're used to seeing. Let's see that. We'll give this a minute here, and we'll be right back. Here we are with our Ramen Bae Spicy Garlic mix with the Ichiran Sapporo Ichiran Tonkotsu. There's something that's already interesting that appears to be happening. So it looks good, it smells great, but the first thing I've noticed is I use the exact same amount of water, 2 cups of water per the tonkatsu package's directions. It appears that these toppings absorb a lot of the water. The last one, there was a ton of broth left, it looked like. This one, there's really not a lot of broth. One thing I'd noticed is the eggs really plumped up with the rehydration. I would say this is probably twice the size of the little dehydrated egg nuggets. Everything else looks to be about the same. Those fish cakes are still tiny little paper thin pieces. Everything else is kind of indiscernible. I don't know what's what. But it smells good. And like I said earlier, I just kind of threw in a random amount of the chili flakes. I can actually see a lot of the chili flakes sticking to these noodles. So again, noodle pull, same noodles, but you can definitely see more spices, more things, if you will, stuck to the noodles. Let's go ahead and give this a bite. See if it's worth it. See if Ramen Bay is Bay. As a 38-year-old man, I really don't like saying the word Bay, but neither here nor there. Let's go. All right, first bite. I still can taste just the flavor of the tonkatsu. The only thing that's noticeable so far is I can actually taste the chili flakes. Again, it's just red chili pepper flakes, so it's not crazy spicy by any means. Chili flakes with the same ramen I just ate. It looks like a lot of the stuff is settled to the bottom. So maybe let's get that mixed up a little bit better. Now you can see, hopefully see a little bit more of the toppings. They did settle to the bottom, I just kind of realized. So I'm gonna try to get a bite with some eggs and maybe some of that fish cake. I might have to get a fork out. This is ridiculous. Stand by. Aha! I know how to use this one. Maybe. All right, so I'm trying to get a bite of, let's see. This has some fish eggs. It looks like maybe some of the onion. Got a hint of egg, maybe a little onion, maybe a little garlic. Really, the only thing that's really shining through right now is the spice. Here's another bite with a bigger chunk of egg. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting maybe a little bit of seafood flavor. Here's a good bite. I got some cabbage, fish cake, that thing, an egg. Maybe that's mushroom. That bite had a little bit of additional flavor. I think it was just a slice of garlic. I think everything else has been, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see, I'm trying to make sure we can see the mushrooms. All right, this bite's got a fish cake and a little piece of soy beef. Yeah, a little flavor. You can definitely, that soy beef definitely has a stronger flavor than I feel like maybe the rest of these ingredients do. Here's a piece with a carrot and a fish cake. I'll say the fish cake is very, very minimal in taste of flavor, in terms of flavor. Okay, this is a good looking bite right there. That's like pure toppings. I think I see mushroom, egg, cabbage, garlic, and some of that bean curd, I think. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to think here. That was a good bite. It kind of feels like you need a bite with every ingredient to like really make it pop. Otherwise, I feel like on their own, they're too like indistinguishable. I feel like if you just got a bite of noodles, it didn't really like permeate the noodles with the flavor other than just a spice sticking to them. I will say, and maybe it's because I had a few bites of the other noodle bowl, that it does feel more filling than usual. Usually I can eat a package of ramen and still be hungry. I've still got like, I don't know, maybe a quarter left, and I'm getting pretty full. Okay, so the one problem I have found is that all the toppings want to sink to the bottom, which actually, you know, I think it's going to make for some really good last bites. I don't know if you can see that, but now like it's pretty spread out through the noodles. So yeah, we're going to try to take this thing down. And maybe, you know, it's all about strategy. Maybe I should have done better at making sure everything was well blended. I thought I tried. I don't know. That was a very garlicky bite, which I love. Bring on all the garlic. I'll say, and maybe it was just that particular pour I made of the stuff, that there's a lot of eggs in here. I probably should have mixed up the bag before I poured, but I know nothing. All right, last bite, we're gonna get to the verdict. I can't wait till I get all the fork comments. Hey, but at least it wasn't on a plate. A lot of you don't like it when I eat dried noodles on a plate. It's for presentation purposes, so you can see better. I'm doing it for you, my lovely, beautiful viewers and subscribers and noodle slurpers. So what is the verdict of the Ramen Bae Spicy Garlic Mix? I don't know. I'm honestly having a hard time with this. I really, really wanted to love it. It's kind of one of those things where maybe I set my expectations a little too high. Did I hate it? Not by any means. You know, again, I think I rated the noodles themselves as a 5 in flavor, a 5 for the noodles, so a 5 overall. Obviously, the noodles aren't going to change. They're still a 5. They don't have some Ramen Bay magic to make the noodles better, which would be, let's face it, that would be freaking awesome if they could. Overall, if I said the flavor was a 5 to begin with, I would say this maybe took it up to a 7. You know, the real like forward flavors that came through were just the chili flakes and garlic, which it is the spicy garlic mix. So the two things that they call out in the title are the like predominant flavors. You know, maybe a little eggy. Now, do I think it would take a bowl that's normally a 7 up to a 9? You know, 2 points like it did from a 5? No, I don't think it would. I think a bowl that's already a 7, you add this, it's probably maybe gonna take it to a 7.2 or a 7.5. I think it'll be negligible. I think this is probably good for really, really shitty ramen. For better ramen, I don't think you're really gonna get that much of an upgrade. Again, if you're already eating spicy ramen, take that part out of the equation. You're not gonna get any more spicy than what it probably already is. You can add garlic. Yeah, so overall, I'm gonna give this a, you know, it upped that ramen to a 7 out of 10. If I were to just rate the Ramen Bay, I would maybe give it a 6 out of 10. I think for that particular bowl, it made it get a 7. I think on average, this could take an average bowl up just a hair. Again, I don't think it's gonna hit those topper tier ramens and make them any better. So do I think it's worth the price? Again, I think I paid $24, $25 for this. It's 20 servings. For that price, I could buy a whole lot of eggs and actually, pre-make a bunch of soft-boiled eggs that I could add into ramen at any given time. I can get a big thing of crushed garlic or chili powder for $2 each, and those are all going to go a lot further than this. So yes, it's convenient, but is the price worth it versus just having some powders up in your cupboard above? I don't think so. So would I be ordering Ramen Bay again? Probably not. I think there's a lot of things you can do for relatively inexpensive in your own kitchen to up your ramen game. Now, it's not to say I did not like the product. I'm just thinking about in terms of practicality and price and overall flavor and just, experience of the ramen. It's cool. Is it gimmicky? I don't want to quite say that. It's all right. So there you have it, folks. Again, this is Ramen Review. My name is Chase. Thank you so much for every single one of you who got me to that 1,000 subscriber mark and that 40,000 hour watch mark. It's insane. I never thought I would be saying these words. And, I apologize that I've taken some time off, to deal with life. I plan on getting back to, and I don't plan on, I promise I'm going to get back to at least weekly uploads. And, with your help, when you subscribe, when you hit that comment button, when you give it the thumbs up, it helps. Again, it's gonna help me get to be able to do more ramen reviews, maybe start traveling around a little bit and tasting ramen from all over the world. And again, let's take this channel to the moon. Until next time, thank you so much.